Okay, hello everybody. Today we're here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 in the Cessna 185 Skywagon. We have a 106 nautical mile flight from 0 Quebec 9er Sonoma Skypark to Lima Hotel Mike Lincoln Regional. Today's flight is a viewer request from a friend of the channel, Sebasto Polmark, and I believe Lincoln Regional is his home field, so it will be awesome to visit it. We'll be flying VFR, and I've got a route that's going to take us along the Bay Bridges, so we've got some awesome eye candy along the way. Should be an awesome flight, so let's hop into the pilot seat and get started. The 185 Skywagon is beautifully modeled by Carenado. If you look around, check out all of these textures. Carenado always does a great job with the texturing of their aircraft. And the details, we'll get the window open here. That's better. Let in some fresh air. And check this out, we can even open up the air vents up here, just like on a real Cessna. When it gets a little too warm, to pipe in some air from the holes on the wings outside. Kind of a low-tech air conditioning. There we go. All right, we'll head down here. We'll check that all of our switches are off. Our parking brake is set. Throttles to cut off. Mixture is to cut off. Seatbelts are fastened. All right, everything looks good here. We'll head down to the pedestal. Check that the cowl flaps are open. Tail wheel is unlocked. Our flaps are down. Check that the fuel cutoff valve is opened up. It is. Rotate the fuel selector through each of the positions. Rotate it back to both. Check that the radio master is off. That's the switch there. It is. Next, we will check the alt static air. That's the red knob here. We pull that, and in real life, the VSI would pop up and back down from the pressure change. That's not modeled. Bring in the mixture to full. Turn on the battery and the alternator. Check fuel quantity left and right. That's over here, and those are both full. Check that our prop area is clear. Turn on the beacon. Next, we'll turn on the fuel pump, and that's the yellow switch here. Fuel pump on. We'll bring in the throttle to full. Bring the throttle back out. All right, and we're ready to start. Clear prop, feet are on the brakes. We've got the keys in the ignition, and we'll crank it over. All right, we've got oil pressure. Looks like we've got a good engine start. We'll adjust our RPMs. Then once we get that situated, we'll turn on the taxi and the landing light. All right, right around 1,000, that looks good. Taxi landing light on. I noticed there's no strobe switch, so I guess you have to pop the circuit breaker if you want to turn off the strobes. I'm not sure, but that's how it looks like it works. We'll head up here to the compass and calibrate the compass to our directional gyro. And it looks like it's set up already, so that's good. And that engine noise is kind of loud, so we'll close up the window. But first, we'll head down here and turn off the fuel pump. There we go, much quieter. Now we're ready to turn on our avionics, turn on the radio master. While that's booting up, we'll lean the mixture for ground operations, and I'll open up ForeFlight and take you through the flight brief. So we are departing from 0 Quebec 9er, Sonoma Skypark, which is an untowered field. If we tap on the weather, and we are running with live weather and time today, we can see that it's 110 at 7 knots, varying from 070 to 130. If we head on the TAF for future weather, we've got good future VFR weather, so it's a good day to fly. We're going to fly a heading that'll take us right along the shoreline to our first waypoint of Carquinez Bridge. Can't miss it. We'll be flying at 3,500, so we don't need to worry about that delta that we're clipping because we'll overfly it. And then we're going to do the bridge tour, ending up at Antioch Bridge before flying northeast to Sacramento's VOR. So we'll be flying a heading to the VOR, which will dial into our nav1 radio to help us with our navigation. And then from there we've got another giant visual waypoint, which is Folsom Lake. We've got a bunch of airports here, but we'll be flying over their airspace at 3,500. At Folsom, then we're going to turn northwest and make our way to Lincoln Regional, which is also an untowered field. Currently it has winds calm, future weather, winds variable, so we're just going to need to check the windsock when we get there to determine which runway is in use.
Napa County Airport, Information Hotel. 2254 Zulu. Wind 105 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 2A. Dew point 14. Altimeter 2989er. Density altitude 1600 feet.
Our heading to the Sacramento VOR is 004, so we're going to dial that into our CDI 1 here and put in the nav frequency for the Sacramento VOR, and then we'll fly that radial to help us get to the VOR. Visibility is always a challenge in a tailwheel, but if we look back and hunch down, we can see the windsock back there, and it's showing that the wind is currently favoring runway 8. So we'll make our CTAF call. Sonoma Skypark traffic, Cessna 527 Tango Hotel, taxi from the ramp to runway 8, hold short, Sonoma. We'll test our brakes carefully. And then as we taxi, we're going to swing to the left here, intercept this taxi line, and then swing to the right in front of the hangars. Alright, coming up to the hold short lines. Put our parking brake on. Mixture into full rich. Next we'll check our flight controls. Elevator up, elevator down, left rudder, right aileron, left aileron. Flight controls are free and correct. We'll bring up our RPMs to 1,700 and do our mag check. Alright, mag left. Most checklists I saw suggested flaps 20 for takeoff, so that's what we're going to use. We'll check that we're clear on our right and left. That all looks good. We'll turn our transponder to Alt, Mode C, and we'll make our CTAF call. Sonoma Skypark traffic, Cessna 527 Tango Hotel, departing runway 8, straight out, climbing to 3,500, departing to the southeast, Sonoma. Alright, this is going to be interesting for me. In real life, I've never flown a tailwheel aircraft. I do not have a tailwheel endorsement. That's a separate endorsement that you can add on to your private pilot's license with some training, which I have not done. So I don't really know what I'm doing here, and I'm not quite sure how it's going to go, but it should be fun. Alright, our airspeed's alive, the tailwheel's up, and immediately we zipped on over to the right of the center line, back on center line, and we're coming up. Alright, that wasn't terrible. Now this is a little bit like a short field takeoff in that we've got flaps in, so as we clear our obstacles, we're going to bring the flaps back out and nose over to 100. Alright, it's settling down. Nice. It does fly very nicely and very stably. Next we'll reduce the throttle and the prop to a manifold pressure of 25 and RPMs of 2,500, and we're set. Alright, we've turned to our initial heading, and shortly we'll call up ATC and we'll pick up flight following for this trip.
Headed to Sacramento, Executive Kilo Sierra Alpha Charlie. 4 Juliet with you.
We're just passing over the Carquinez Bridge now with the Mare Island Causeway Bridge coming up right ahead.
Turn right, heading 230, vectors intercept Skaggs Island VOR, climb and maintain 3,000. Beat 739er Golf Sierra.
I've got the nearest page up on the GPS so we can use it as a reference point for our ATC call.
Approach on 119.9er.
over to Travis Approach, 119.9er. Beach 739er, Golf Sierra. Good day.
Victoria Approach, Cessna 527 Tango Hotel is a C185 slant call 5 miles south, Napa County at 3,600. We'd like flight following destination Lincoln Regional, Lima Hotel Mike at 3,500.
Cessna 527 Tango Hotel, Victoria Approach, Squawk 3233 and ident.
Squawk 3233 and ident, Cessna 527 Tango Hotel. Our next bridge is the Alfred Zampa Memorial Bridge coming up. This is the San Francisco Bay Area bundle by Luna Park Creations, which is payware and beautifully modeled.
7 Tango Hotel, radar contact, 8 miles northwest of Concord at 3600 feet, heading 102. Concord altimeter 29.88.
Position checks 2988 527 Tango Hotel.
Cessna 5 Sierra Whiskey, contact Napa Tower on 118.7.
Cessna 7 Tango Hotel, contact Travis Approach on 119.9er.
Over to Travis Approach on 119.9er, Cessna 7 Tango Hotel. Travis Approach, Cessna 527 Tango Hotel, 3,500.
Cessna 527 Tango Hotel, Travis Approach, good afternoon, Concord altimeter 29.88.
Alright, our final bridge is coming up, which is the Antioch Bridge, and then we're going to turn northwest and fly our radial to Sacramento.
Cessna 7 Tango Hotel, contact NorCal Approach on 127.4.
NorCal Approach, Cessna 527 Tango Hotel, 3,600.
Cessna 527 Tango Hotel, NorCal Approach, good afternoon, Clarksburg, altimeter 29.88.
Center 132.95, Cessna 5 Sierra Whiskey.
Cessna 527 Tango Hotel, NorCal Approach, Lincoln Airport at your 2 o'clock, 13 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Have a good afternoon.
Frequency change approved, Squawk VFR. Thanks for the help, Cessna 527 Tango Hotel. Alright, as you can see, landing is a real challenge in a tailwheel. We had a bounce, and actually I was happy to see a bounce in the sim because often the sim is very forgiving with your landings, and in real life, bounces are a part of learning. The C185 is beautifully modeled. Caronato always does such a great job with modeling and texture work, and this is no exception. So I hope you enjoy realistic general aviation content like this. If you do, be sure to click that like button, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, as always, for flying along with me, and stay tuned for further flight adventures.